guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to do things a little bit differently. We're going to explain kind of what the plan is for the car. My brother's going to talk about how we got the car, when we got the car, things like that. So, and I'll kind of cover like the things that I did as soon as I got the car, like we had to change the floor pans. I'll put some pictures up in that and whatnot. So today we're just going to talk to you a little bit about what our plans are and what the car's plans are, and future projects, stuff like that.
Hey guys, so like Douglas was talking about, the purpose of this video or trailer is to essentially explain the build, explain why we're doing it, explain like our aspirations with it, and why we decided to do it. So at an early age, me and my brother were brought up around cars, rich, gas-smelling V8s, so we've always wanted to build something of our own. So I got stationed in Fort Hood, Texas. So when my brother got out of the Army, we decided to go halves on a car. So the plan was to basically build a 10-second drag car that could be streetable. So we started looking at frames, engines, deciding which one to build first. So here in Texas, we found a 1978 Camaro. It was a complete car, had a 350, 700 R4, 456 gears in the back. Someone's backyard drag car. So it became a perfect candidate for what we wanted to do. It was a sound body, it was clean title, it was a good car for what the price. The plan from that point was to get it to Florida. So my brother had finally settled on his house, so we finally had a garage to keep it in and dismantle it in. So I had it here in Texas for about 2 months, and then we found a transport company, and then we went ahead and we shipped it down to Florida. And so when he got it, that was when we started to kind of delve into it. We decided what we were going to take out, what we wanted to put in, what we wanted to keep, and basically that kind of fine-tuned the plan for the car, which was kind of take some of the streetability away, but I mean obviously at the sacrifice of better drag times, faster, lighter. So yeah. So the initial plan for the Z2H8 was it was going to be a draggable, streetable second-gen Camaro. So we wanted somewhere in the realm of 600 to 800 horsepower, turbo 5.3, like something that can go down the road and also go on the track. But as we started to go through and find parts that we wanted, what we actually wanted out of it, and looking and visualizing what we could get, it became very evident that it was going to be a very draggable than streetable car. So now the plan is essentially make it go down a track 8-9 seconds with upping the ante with turbo, boost, rear end. Everything is going to be on steroids essentially to help facilitate the car go down the track.
So after I stripped the car, the inside of the car, we found out that there was actually some fiberglass patches over the floor panels. So these older cars are kind of notorious for rusting out, especially when they sit outside. So the heat from Texas, the rain from Texas kind of just wore it out. So put new floor pans in it, and I'll put some pictures over like here or something like that, so you'll see it. And like I said, just some general maintenance stuff. We changed, there were some broken studs on the rear, so we did the S10 brake conversion, which actually we're gonna have to cover later. We're actually gonna have to change all of this up again, so we're actually looking at Strange Engineering products right now for a spool, 33 spline axles, 373 gears, and their Strange brake kit as well. So our goal for the car, it's going to be a street strip car, mostly strip, just because of some of the parts that we're going to have to be using for it. Like it's going to have a power glide from FTI. It's going to be the built 5.3 that you guys have seen before. Doing our turbo setup, we got Kirky seats. The rear end's going to be built with Strange parts, things like that. My dog is getting into everything right now if you hear that cable. But yeah, so we got a bunch of ideas in plane right now. So we got a cage that we're gonna do. We're not gonna put carpet in it. It's gonna have either a fiberglass dash or the original dash. We just gotta decide on if we can restore that or not. So underside of the car is gonna get like bed liner type material. The inside of the car is gonna get the same treatment just because we had to do the floor pans. So try to make it look seamless instead of 17 different patches on the floor, however many there is. So just kind of make it look nicer. And so we'll box up all the holes on the firewall. The frame's already done. Like I said, FTI power glide. We're gonna do 373 gears. It's gonna be a quarter-mile car. So roughly, if we make enough horsepower, this thing could run above 150 miles an hour. So hopefully that would put us in a high 8 second pass. If not, that'd be fine. But you know, we're gonna start from somewhere. So if we run a 10 the first hit, I'm okay with that. You know, obviously we'll have our hiccup days and our testing days and stuff like that. So first we're gonna get the car put together and then see how much it's gonna make and see what it does down the track. So for future builds, we're gonna have a couple of trucks, a couple of cars coming in and out just for some random things. Like next week we'll have a 2016 Chevy 1500 with the 6L80E, and those are notorious for having hot trains temperatures. So there's actually a check valve that we found that eliminates the thermostat type that is from OEM. So we're gonna be doing that this weekend, probably be in next week's video. But you know, we've been looking at other project cars. We need to focus on the Camaro obviously first and get that thing done, or at least close to being done. But there are some plans for like maybe a Corvette, probably a C7, I want to hope. Maybe turn into like an autocross or something like that. So we'll figure it out. So as you guys can see, there's some holes in our trunk. Right, so we're not really too worried about this just because we got to cut out at least an area or cut out the section for the fuel cell. So we got to decide if we're going to recess it or not, or just have the sump poking through the bottom. But we'll get there when we get there. So we'll actually be cutting this up here shortly. So you'll see that in a next video, or a future video I should say. And then also along, we're going to be tearing down the rear end. So getting rid of our brakes, probably be selling this as a kit for the S10 conversion for the 10 bolt. But yeah, just tearing it up, see how bad it is or see how good it is. We'll see. So that's gonna wrap it for today's video. So stay tuned for future episodes. So like I said, next video we'll probably do that thermostat check valve on a 2016 Chevy Silverado 1500 with 6L80E. So episode after that, maybe we'll dive into the rear end and the trunk. But we'll just see how the plans go. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, guys.